This video is inspired by a Facebook notification. I don't go to Facebook, okay? I literally went to Facebook because of this thing. I collect photos and I'm like, oh, this place has the most photos that I like. Alright? But Facebook is kind of shutting down, like nobody's using it. It's kind of crazy. Like most people haven't uploaded a photo for 3 years, including me probably. I don't know how old my photo is, but I really don't care anymore. And so it's a really cringy thing that some classmates are trying to like meet up right now. My classmates, my ex-classmates. Very interesting, honestly. Let's see where you are in life. Let's spend 1-2 hours figuring out where people are in life. Is that what we're trying to do? Because that we have social media for that. I mean, you can just look. Oh, that's what you do. Okay. And it kind of inspired me to tell my story of what happened to me after school. I think it's very interesting. And I think, I've been through some bullshit, and I know everyone else has been through some bullshit. And I think, honestly, that's kind of what social media is for, right? Just to tell your story. But I would go one step forward and, like, the best thing to do is, like, expose bullshit. Alright? I dedicated my life immediately once I realized that to just exposing bullshit. But at the same time, I also dedicated my life to whatever this is. Alright? This is very interesting, by the way. This is the most inspiring thing of all time. Like, I wouldn't be watching so many YouTube videos, or I would care about what internet does if I didn't have this to just literally compare people. Alright? So I literally just added class, and then I linked one classmate that I like to the class, and it happened to be 1,200 points. So you cut it in half and you link it up. Yes, I know it's confusing. Also, it's probably very confusing because I'm speaking in English, and people will click away immediately. It's like, what? I don't understand anything. Yeah, I come from Lithuania, so I'm just saying. My classmates will not watch this video. I'm just saying. Maybe one of them will be inspired to be like, oh wow, I discovered something. Congratulations, you're a very rare person. Maybe you want to join my Discord too? For some reason, there's link in the description. So, I don't know what you would want to say. Nobody says anything in my Discord. I don't have like enough people or enough following. I also have a YouTube channel, if you can't already tell. Is why else I would be ready to just record a video immediately after I reply. I have 103 subscribers, but the funny thing is, I kinda don't have any following or any means of growing my channel. YouTube does not provide me with like at least 100 views to check whether the video is good or not, whether it's entertaining or not, or interesting of what I talk about. I think I've improved quite a bit. I started making thumbnails too. They're garbage, but they're thumbnails now. I used to just have this, alright, as a thumbnail, honestly. This kind of screen, alright? I just didn't care. But now I'm putting a little bit of work on top of spending hours and hours just to make one video about talk about something. I have to come up with an idea and then execute it. Normally it's just 3 hours, honestly. Not for a video, but still. I'm just kind of lazy, okay? I have a very lazy YouTube channel, and honestly, I'm just looking for friends and not much else. It would be fantastic if I reached 10,000 subscribers at the peak of my career, if I try really hard. And I honestly think I would get minimum of 100 views on TikTok easily. Just easy. No problem. I can talk about nothing, and I will still get it. Yes, TikTok will not make my videos viral because I'm lazy and I will not even put captions on, even if they're automatically generated. I will still not do it because I don't know how it's done and I don't see the value in it. Even though I watch captions all the time, I'm just that lazy. I'm that lazy. I can't even cut my hair right now. My hair is long. You don't want to see it, okay? You don't want to see how I look. That's the most important thing. And I will never buy a webcam. Because I need a webcam because my laptop kind of broke. It's a sad story. But we haven't even started. Also, yeah. At some point I started, this whole, oh. Jim Browning? Jim Browning got 100? Oh, congratulations. That's nice. This is very recent adventure, honestly. So, yeah, on average I get 10 views maybe. Oh! People actually watch this! Holy shit, that is one of the most important videos that they could have picked up to watch. Because I'm literally exposing the nonsense that YouTube is, that it's not supporting the small creator that I love so much. You have no idea how good his music is. While you have Alan Walker with like millions of subscribers, and I kind of, he's average, honestly. Yeah. But let's say like they're kind of on the same level. Just Maring Hoxha just doesn't actually make music videos at the moment. And it's like, does that matter, dude? Does that really matter? Also, people watch this thing too. And Reynad Bazar. Oh. I haven't actually checked my own channel, so I don't know. That's really cute. That some videos get 100 views for some reason. There's no specific reason, obviously. And I got 1 subscriber, and then I lost 1 subscriber, and then I got it back. I don't know what happens. What's happening with that? I'm pretty sure you get like 1 subscriber on average every 1,000 views. But that's my YouTube journey. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna tell the entire story and slap it over here instead of this stupid video. I mean, who would want to watch that? But I only got 8 views, so it's just, this is why I'm lazy. Like, there's no reward, there's no incentive for me to do any of this stuff, except that it actually entertains me. All right, this is the reason why I'm doing this stuff. I'm being entertained a lot. Also, yeah, my classmates are inspiring this video, right? So I put the class in here, and I again linked my classmate that is very hot. Can you guess which one it is? Oh, none of my classmates are already watching anymore. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what it is. She's the one. Alright, I can't show it for, moral reasons. Nobody wants to see their own face, basically. But, people can translate it if they're still watching. So let's begin. What was the first thing I did after school? That's what I did. I punched my mom instead of going to a college or university, which I was able to do because, I got good grades. I did well on exams, and I got a free place, a paid place. In fact, I have my student debt. Alright, you think it doesn't happen in Lithuania? Yes, it does. if you get a paid place and you don't go there and you don't, uh, like succeed in your exams or whatever, or just don't go there at all, right? I didn't go there. I actually got the place and I didn't go there because I just, where do I live? But it's even weirder than that. I almost got the place to live because, I'm kind of not supported by my parents. I come from orphanage. I spent 1 year in orphanage beforehand. It's just so confusing already. But why, right? Because my mom couldn't, support me anymore. Couldn't feed me properly. It was just a weird thing. So just moved to orphanage for 1 year. I was still in school, so that doesn't count. But it's a very important background check, honestly. So it was last year of school. I was in orphanage from the summertime till March, which is my birthday, and then I just quit that place immediately. They said I could stay, but no, it's not a good place. And I got money out of it, alright? Which is a story that repeats itself a second time. And is the weirdest thing. Is the only thing that keeps me alive right now, alright? But I went through some crazy bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. That's how it looks like to me, at least. I'm sure other people went through some much more crazy bullshit. Because they actually lived their lives and they actually tried. I didn't try to live my life. I just tried to survive. Honest. I didn't had any other interest at all. Surviving is hard enough. Obviously, there's plenty of places in the world where all people are surviving. And right now, I actually am not surviving anymore. I am done with that. I can do whatever I want. Except, get a girlfriend and live a normal life. I can't do that, because I'm too poor for that. But everything else is fine. I have free time forever. Alright, I can do whatever I want forever. Pretty much. For the rest of my life. How did I do that? I don't know. Thank the government for that. I will explain it. Alright, I actually mention it over and over in my videos, but I'll have to explain that for sure. Yeah, just look back into my... It's not sustainable in any way. I will not grow for, years and years. Because unless I make a viral video, that's the only way out, guys. And I don't think I can do that, to be honest. I'm just too lazy to make anything substantial. People just make 100 times better videos than I do. Because all I can do is just speak to the camera. I can't even edit my videos. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have the software or the time for it. Because I want to do as many things as possible. I have all the free time in the world. Why the fuck would I spend it on editing videos? I don't need that. I don't need money anymore, right? So, the best thing I can do is just, most importantly, be as moral as possible to myself. To whatever I want to do, whatever I want to experience, and be as moral as possible to other people so they give me a better experience in life. It's all selfish. There's no other way to live in life, unfortunately. You can only think about yourself. And even though this principle is true, we still live in a society somehow. It's magic to me. Money is magic. Money is the only motivator, right, to make sure that people work. Now it's not a motivator to me. I don't want to be a slave. I want to be like Andrew Tate and talk about the Matrix and how do you escape from it. I escaped from Matrix by doing a crime. That's how I did it. But it's gonna be so late in this conversation that I don't think you will ever reveal yourself what actually happened. So let's continue. What happened after I punched my mom and decided not to go to university because I didn't have a place to stay, which I thought I did. I thought I had a place to stay because I was kind of talking to my friend about it. But honestly, just moving out of your home to another location entirely, what's the point in that? What am I gonna learn something? I was already balls deep in the internet, okay? I was learning things on the internet. Things that other people are not aware of at all, alright? Yeah, the flat earth. That's the one, man. Eventually, that was the one. To do something, I don't know. Maybe it was like 2017 I heard about flat earth or something. But we have all this time from 2012, boys. This is when YouTube kind of started, and I kind of like lived through the entirety of like YouTube existence. Honestly, it's kind of interesting. I didn't thought about it, but I didn't care about YouTube at that point. Right now, I care about it a lot. It's the only thing I care about, honestly. TikTok is like second place, and then comes Hearthstone, which is a game I'm addicted to. But it's for a good reason. It's a very strategic game, right? I hope. I really hope, man. It's fun, alright? I would recommend it to everyone. But what can I say, man? I probably will never ever like any other game. Honestly. I'll just play the stupid card game that gets updated every 4 months or whatever. It is the best thing I can do. And I'm not interested in any other game. Other games just seem pointless, right? You play a card game, you kind of feel like you have so much control over everything. You build the deck. You get to play every card every turn the way you want. You know, whatever combo you come up with, you can put it in the deck. Like, you can do a lot of things. It feels like creating something. And right now I picked up another game that's a card game. And card games, like, there's plenty of card games that you can make videos about. I follow channels mainly for Hearthstone channels. If you look at my subscriptions, you will immediately see that. Hearthstone, right there, here. It's like 15% of the content I watch, maybe even 20. I can't help myself, okay, guys? I just can't help myself. It's the game I'm addicted to. If you like it, hit me up. I like you as well. No, I honestly don't care to have friends in Hearthstone. I'm more interested in YouTube stuff right now. Hearthstone seems a little bit boring to me. Like, you just gonna talk about cards? Really? I might watch your videos, but now I'm kind of full, right? Like, there's more Hearthstone channels that I'm following, okay? There's not just 4 channels. There's like 100, honestly. Most of them are not active anymore, but there's 100 channels. That has like more than 10,000 subscribers. That's the feeling that I have. Like, there's a lot. In fact, Hearthstone was like, now is a 7-year-old game, so I didn't start playing Hearthstone after school, unfortunately. It was a little bit later when I discovered it. And I really can't remember most of my years. Like, there's 10 years that I have to talk about? What the hell is that? Where did that came from? I thought there was an apocalypse at 2012, December 21st, and you know, that's where my story ends, But it didn't, unfortunately. We still live on, and we get to experience war in Ukraine. Which is actually a good thing now, because Russia is fucking failing so bad. It's laughable. But, I'm glad about that. So it was a reverse apocalypse. Or we were able to reverse the apocalypse. I don't know. So yeah, I punched my mom a bunch of times. Why? She was very annoying, and I didn't know how to solve this problem, honestly. All I had is tons and tons of frustration. And she is one of those people that would go to police and report me. She doesn't care, whether I did a legit punishment, basically. And whether I'm young or not, Well, you get probation. It wasn't bad at all. I just go to a place and talk about stuff. Report, basically, and just go back home. Like, nothing really changed in my life. But things really changed when I made a second crime, which is... You call these things a crime, man? Yeah, it was an assault on my mom, dude. I was 18 years old, yeah. I definitely wanted to kill her, Definitely. No, I was frustrated. I was hurt, alright? And I didn't know what to do about it. I didn't have a solution. So it's not my fault, honestly. I'm not the immoral person here. I didn't know what to do. I made a mistake, definitely. But did I? Did I have a fucking choice? I don't even have to defend myself. The way the legal system works, they don't actually educate things at school, alright, of how you're supposed to behave, how to be moral in the first place, the most important thing in the world. People don't teach you that. And this is why class meetup is the cringiest thing you can come up with. Because school have never taught us anything important that we can discuss, So that's pretty important, right? That's the second important thing. The fact that school never gave us anything to discuss, alright? Now that we, grew up, what are we gonna talk about? Are we just all gonna watch my video? Because I'm a storyteller? I can only tell a story about myself. You have to do your own story, basically. And good luck with that. It's hard. It's hard. I can barely do it myself. YouTube stuff is hard. A lot of people think they want to be a YouTuber. You can't. Alright? I'm a lazy YouTuber, but I still feel like I'm gonna succeed. But, I still have to put in a lot of work and a lot of passion into it. If you don't focus on YouTube stuff 24/7, you will fail. And there's no way around it. You don't see the fail stories of YouTube fail stories. I wonder how many of those there are. How many people are trying right now to be a YouTuber and they're failing so miserably. It's very interesting. Yeah, the most important thing is not learning at school of what is legal, because you kind of know what is legal, but what are the consequences? If you keep doing illegal stuff, what are the consequences that you can get yourself into? And if you don't learn about that, then also you have to learn about money too. That's the second most immoral thing that school does. Never teach you about money. It's so all you teach me is how to be a slave. Well, nice. Very nice. So, this is pretty big cringe. It's like my classmates want to meet up. You have no idea what you're trying to do here. It's like, you're just trying to summon a demon. You know, I guess that's fine. You just don't know what you're doing, right? It feels like a totally normal thing to do, but it's not. We live in the age of internet. You can literally tell your story, make a video about it, or upload a bunch of pictures, or whatever you come up with, okay? You still have to have some skill, some preparation, a fucking microphone. You can probably just do it on your phone and upload a 3-minute TikTok. Probably not long enough. I will spend 2 hours. I guarantee you that much. I'll spend 2 hours on this video. We quarter of the way there. Very nice. There's a very easy way to describe school. It's bullshit. But the best word I would say is outdated. It's worthless now. We have to come up with something else. We have to, gather people based on their interest, not, randomness. Everyone in Hearthstone hates randomness so much. If it's too much randomness, it's the most annoying thing. Especially if it's competitive randomness. If people have to play random cards to win, it's the stupidest thing ever. So imagine school system being absolutely random of who you get to be kind of associated with. Alright? Kind of random. Yes, it's going to be your same age group, which is actually the best thing, right? The best thing they did is at least the age is the same. So you get to experience what other people are doing in your age group. Awesome. Alright. Funny enough, in my age group, in my school, I only picked up 2 girls. Alright? So not just 1 girl, 2 girls. The second one is 400 points. Still not bad. I think fire is the biggest one, for sure. And again, all you have to do, just some bikini photos. Yeah, it's the highest tier photo you can take as a girl. Because you just show maximum amount of skin. How else can you expose yourself? So, very sexy. I am interested in that sort of stuff, okay? I will be single forever, probably. Unless I blow up on YouTube, Then I will be a single YouTuber. But I will not feel single anymore, It's gonna be a difference. I swear, guys. It's gonna be very different. If I get 10,000 subscribers, man, probably Lithuanians are gonna be like, who's this guy? But there's probably a lot of Lithuanians that have 100,000 subscribers. How much Eastern has? This guy is very influential. Eastern. Yeah. And this guy puts in an incredible amount of work to make these short videos. 100,000. It's very hard. 100,000 Lithuanian, dude. Unbelievable achievement. This is, damn, I don't know. You have 100,000 versus 3 million, which is our population. So you literally influence 3% of population. That is huge, okay? 3%. Once in 30 people, 1 in 30 people knows about Eastern and probably watched a lot of his videos. Cool, right? So just getting 10,000 subscribers would kind of be a cool thing, but the problem is I don't speak Lithuanian, so nobody will ever suspect anything, you know. I can mention Lithuania as many times as I want. Nobody will care, because I just speak English, and it's kind of weird, honestly. It's kind of weird. Lithuanian is a garbage language, to be honest. Like, I don't like it. I don't need to use it. I mean, I'm an internet geek, nerd, whatever, right? I just am addicted to this thing. That's all I do in life. And honestly, Lithuanian language does not exist to me. I don't know what that is. I was just unfortunate to have learned it in the first place. Alright? I never needed it for anything. So, the fact that every single country has its own language is kind of weird to me, you know? But it's fine. It's fine, guys. English is winning. Internet is taking over. We're fine. I also tracked Lithuanian culture, of how influential that is to me, whether I listen to music or whatever. And that is 1,200 points. So, just one hottest classmate that I have, and she's the only girl that I have for my class, by the way. There's also, this person counts, but not really. She doesn't even have 100 points. So, yeah, 1,200, all the Lithuanian pop culture, basically, combined here. I don't care. It should be, for a decent Lithuanian, it should be a 5,000 points, but I just don't care. It's just so small and irrelevant. There's some cool music in there. There's some cool people, some cool channels, maybe. I don't know. I literally don't want to explore that. I don't see a reason to do it. So that's that. So let's continue. So we leave school. I don't go to college or university because I don't have a place to stay. Because I felt like I was tricked by my friend. I punched my mom because I was very angry. We had some serious conflicts up to that point as well. But it's all her fault. She was stupid. She did something really stupid, really nonsensical. I mean, it's all her fault. And if people cared about morality, you know, I would never be in trouble for anything. You know, because I'm not a bad person. It was like, I didn't do bad things because I'm a bad person. I did bad things because I didn't have a fucking better solution. Okay, that is just what I thought at the time was the best solution I had, obviously. If you improve how I behave and where I draw my solutions from, you can improve whether I'm a bad person or not. And this is the most moral thing that you don't know about. I didn't know about it until I said it right now. The most moral thing is figuring out how you can properly educate people to make good solutions in their lives, right? You think you're making good solutions? What if you're just very ignorant, you know? And the thing you're trying to do is just be very, very careful on everyone. Because you know you're gonna get in trouble for almost anything, especially violence. Especially violence. Everything else you might be able to get away from, especially if there are no witnesses. But then I'm kind of surprised with all this fighting culture. And I've never really got beaten up. You know, that's a lucky thing, right? I did stretch some boundaries and got on people's nerves, for sure. But I was never beaten up. Because I just stay at my home. I was like, I'm not gonna go anywhere. But even then, like, I I don't see like violent people around me. So I'm really happy with Lithuania in general. It's not a fucking trash country. I'm not sure about everyone. I'm sure if I look hard enough, I'll find someone that will beat me up easily. And I was threatened, but it's like threat means nothing. Okay, threat is just halfway there, dude. It triggered me a lot. All right, and it happened after school, yeah. So it should be a part of the story, to be honest. I was interested in a girl after school. I didn't do anything for a year, and then I went to profession school, the lowest grade school in Lithuania you can go to. Pick up a profession. There's only a handful of professions you can choose from, like a bartender, a waitress. It's kind of bunched up in the same category. Maybe you can do some cooking. I guess I don't even remember. There's some manly jobs too. Maybe there's just a handful of professions, like, and I still don't remember them because I really didn't care. So, there was something very interesting that happened then. So, yeah, this was 1 year after. This was 2013. I started going to that place. In fact, this kind of violent culture is what Eastern is talking about in his channel. Alright? He's kind of talking about some violent people, basically. People with... intimidating people with big muscles telling weaker people what to do, basically, enslaving them. I mean, I've never experienced that. And I'm just weirded out. Is that a thing? Is Lithuanian culture like that? Like, what? So, it's completely alien to me. I even, like, got into, like, this, Discord call out of nowhere. I kind of created it. I influenced people to create it. Around me, you know, people were, like, interested in me. Like 6 of people or something. And they talked about, one of them, I guess, bring up the idea that they had to carry a knife into school. And everyone kind of did that. It's like, what? It's normal? I even found a TikTok video about it. Oh, it was normal to carry a knife into school, but when I carried a knife into school in US, they just called police on me. And I was in big trouble. That's what policemen said. Very interesting stories, right? Like, I have never experienced anything close to violence. This is what I'm glad about my school. Like, it was squeaky clean. There were no problems. Even when I stink very, very badly, because I stink a lot, okay? I still probably stink in sweat. And there's nothing I can do about it, okay? I'm just a lazy person. And there's no amount of showers that you can take to get that stink away. You get sweaty, you just start stinking. I don't know, man. I don't know why I'm different. But that's one thing that triggered a lot of people at school, and that I'm fine with it. I don't care. Nobody got violent against me because of that, so that's fine. So technically, I should have been so glad after school that I shouldn't have been violent to my mom. Again, I just didn't know how to interact with her. She was so annoying. She talks to herself all the time. It's the most triggering thing that you can ever experience. Is someone just talking in another room. But I'm literally talking right now. And so, like, what's the difference? Yeah, I would probably be annoyed with myself and probably beat myself up and say to myself, stop making YouTube videos. I'm trying to do whatever I would be doing. I don't know. It's just annoying. So I know I'm annoying, but my mom doesn't do anything about it. So the double standard is real, guys. I just did something twice as bad now. And the most immoral thing, the double standard. And I have no idea how to deal with that. It's just we have a very small space, and I'm trying to do something important while she just kind of talks to herself. Now it improved significantly. She changed. Can you believe that? I cannot believe that. That people can change. Alright? I thought she was gonna be like that forever, and there's nothing I can do about it. But eventually my mom stopped talking to herself. It took a while. And she triggered me a lot of times, but I knew I couldn't do anything about it anymore. It's just, the consequences are too complicated. Alright, too bad for me. And I had to taste that eventually. But yeah, like, it's so bad. It was so bad, but all of a sudden she stopped. And now it improved to where she just talks through her phone to one person that constantly calls her. I'm fine with that. I don't even care. When she talks to herself, it's like very consistent. A long conversation, basically. It's just the stupidest thing. I would knock on the wall. She wouldn't care. She would just get even more annoyed by me all of a sudden. And we just have this conflict where nothing really happens. But somehow everything works out in the end. I'm still confused. I'm still scared. Honestly. Why would it happen that way? Alright? It's the same thing as I've recently experienced. My computer broke. It started showing me blue screens. I took it to fix it, right? And they said, no, the computer is fine. And I bring it back home, scared that it doesn't work, but it did work. And I'm confused. What happened? Why does it work now? Sometimes weird things happen, and things change for no reason, for the better. I don't know why. I just don't know. So in the profession school, something very interesting happened. I was like surrounded by girls. There was one guy eventually showed up in my class, but I was literally just one guy with a bunch of girls that I didn't really care about. Maybe one of them was hot and I still follow her on Instagram. But like, the weirdest thing happened when two girls like kind of approached me. Is like, why don't talk to anyone, you know? And you can almost feel like they're kind of attracted to me. Because I appeared very smart, okay? Appeared above average, for sure. Because I was in a wrong place. In a lowest tier school with high grades, okay? Really high grades. Those are probably even lazier girls than I am. But they don't have the principles that I do, obviously. And intelligence. I don't know, man. I just didn't care about them at all. So when they ask why I don't talk to them, it's a pretty deep thing, honestly. Maybe they asked whether I have a girlfriend, or why. No, probably not. This happened even later, when I went to UK. In fact, it happened next year. And so it actually lasted until 2018. Or maybe even 19. It's kind of confusing, honestly. What? Maybe. Yeah, it makes no sense. Fuck, I fucked it up, guys. It was 2013. Because I know I was at school when 2012 December 21st was happening, when nothing happened, except Psy got 1 billion views, which is a big moment in YouTube, so something did happen. And it's very interesting how someone made a meme about it, like 1 month ago, and kind of predicted the whole thing. Like that was weird. Exact date, like how does that happen? So now it's all fixed, because I know at 2019 I left UK and I started Discord. I started Discord at UK, but that was the year I left. I started collecting music and all that shit. I started caring about celebrities, the pop stars of the internet, alright? The World Wide Web, man. So, at 2015 I went to UK and I spent 4 years there. Working, trying to survive. Not very pleasant experience, obviously. But I just kind of had enough money to, it was piling up. I had like 2K access money. I spent it all on my dad and a laptop. And most importantly, I spent it all on rent. Alright? Most of it just went down the drain because of rent. I don't know why rent is that expensive. It's definitely bullshit. Alright? It's like, dude, government. Can you just make rent much lower? You taking taxes already is like, what's the point of rent? Man, everyone has to live somewhere, right? You don't want homeless people, right? But yes, they kind of don't care. It's a very expensive thing to handle. And honestly, when government would try to do that, when government would try to figure out a solution to rent prices being high, I mean, they would fail. That's what I've learned. Governments just do a really bad job at everything, and they make prices go higher. Because it's the capitalism that figures out how to do competition properly, how to lower prices. But even I don't believe in capitalism that much. That is like the coolest thing ever. It's very cool, it's very useful, it's very relevant. It's just, really? That's our best solution to high rent prices? But you have to understand as well, like, yes, the houses are so expensive, the land is so expensive, it's a privilege to live somewhere. You have to work really hard to just be able to live. The problem is, when you own an apartment, you don't have to pay anything, just the bills. You just pay the bills. So there's a big difference. The money sink is incredible. I think the apartment that my mom bought was like 5,000. I might just spend 5,000 while I was 4 years in UK. Maybe even more, honestly. Maybe it was like 3,000 a year. So it was like 12,000. I could have bought a place in Lithuania for that amount of money that I spent on rent, and I have nothing out of it. Alright, so UK was a fucking terrifying place to me. Especially in the end when I lost so many jobs that I didn't know where to go anymore. I just had to leave. I just had to run away. I'm like, nobody wants to hire me anymore. That's crazy. Most of it because, again, my hygiene, but there were 2 more weird problems that happened. One of which I didn't receive any messages to my phone. The agency that employed me constantly send messages to when you have to go to work, and I didn't receive anything for whatever reason. You know, just there was something wrong with. I'm not sure what. I did something weird. All right, but it wasn't like my fault. Like there, I didn't click a button that says like stop sending notifications. But something weird happened, and I lost my job because of this. It's the stupidest thing. It's the most immoral thing you can do. I didn't do anything, but I still lost my job. Like, what? And then I realized the reality. Jobs are fucking bullshit. If they're being, like, treated the same way as, like, the justice system, criminal justice system, like, you're just gonna throw me away like that? And then I realized it's also the same way that the girls treat guys. It's just like, well, I don't like you. Rejection. Just throw you in the trash. Easy, you know? It's like, you don't even care why you don't like someone. You're not even trying to, like, understand anything. You're just like, I don't like you. That trash. Easy, dude. So right now, people don't take accountability for morality whatsoever. They don't give a fuck. Alright? They don't like someone, they throw it away. They don't question anything. You got 3 strikes, you're out. Same goes on YouTube. We still live by the same system. Nobody questions anything. YouTube doesn't even explain. The moment they ban someone or the moment they give you a strike, they don't give a fuck to explain that. You know? What's going on? I did got a warning, and I got a very good explanation. A robot decided that the title of the video, goes against COVID regulations right now. Because I was saying that masks are bullshit. I didn't like masks, obviously. I don't like anything about COVID. I think it's all nonsense that government is doing right now that has a very good solution. I just want to ignore all of it. But, government doesn't want to be ignored. It's just the times that we live in right now. Government is doing so many things that are so terrible to society that we just kind of have to allow it because it's like, we will live through it and government will stop existing eventually. It's just the best thing that we have right now, okay? I swear, in 60 years, government will not exist anymore. But I probably will be dead by then, so I don't care. I have to live with it. I have to live with this nightmare. I honestly don't care. Government is good to me, and I will always support the government. Simply because it pays me money right now. And again, I will explain why. And I just live my best life. I came back home, and I live my best life. I was able to negotiate. There was a workplace that I worked for 1 year and a half. A very long time. A significant amount of time. But I still got kicked out because of my hygiene. When they make you work really hard, like it's impossible. You're gonna be a sweaty mess. Alright, especially if you wear too many clothes. So they just made me work really hard all of a sudden. The agency changed who kind of controls things, basically. And they just looked at me, you're trash. Let me throw you in the trash. Doesn't matter that you worked for 1 year and a half. People don't like you, basically. You're not trying hard enough. You just smell, I don't know. Isn't the value, like, good enough, even if I smell a little bit, just like one person doesn't like it while I do my job, like, is that really triggering? Yes, I might have to spend my breaks outside somewhere. I can do that. It's fine. I don't have to eat in canteen. I will accept, my destiny of whatever it takes to keep the job. But I probably have no solution to how do you not smell. Alright, I don't have a solution to that. Do you shower every single day and soap yourself in every single place? I don't know if that works because I'm too lazy to figure that out. Showering every day? Are you kidding me? Nobody even recommends to do that, by the way. Showering is like bad for your skin or something. But like, I think the biggest sin that I had, yeah, the biggest problem I had is not showering, to be honest. But yeah, I had the problem about that as well. Uh, I I didn't really like wash clothes and hang them up to dry. Like I just didn't do any hygiene stuff. But I couldn't even shower at some point. At some point, I didn't know how to turn on hot water. I just didn't know. I thought it just there was a boiler. You just kind of use the boiler or something. You wait until the water boil. I don't know why there was a boiler in the first place. By the way, what it was used for, but I had it. All right, it's a huge thing with water that you can boil. I guess that's what it looked like. So I was very confused, and for a long time I couldn't shower. Just straight up couldn't shower. So that probably was it, honestly. It wasn't because my hygiene was bad. It's because I literally had no solution to having hot water. It's a fucking miracle that I even survived winter in UK. Because UK, the thing is, UK was not cold, but I literally had nothing. Just I bought a heater, a small heater, and that's it. And I relied on that. Yeah, but it was a weird experience. It's like it drains your electricity so fast, you have to refill it over and over again. And you're scared to refill it too much money, to put too much money into it, because you never know when you're gonna get scammed. I got a story about that as well. Or just one old man told me his story of how he was almost scammed, but he kind of, because you can't really be scammed and then tell a story of how you were scammed, right? Most of the time you just catch someone trying to scam you. So yeah, I was scared to put too much money. It's a chore. It's too much work. In Lithuania, we just pay the bills, right? Electricity is also a bill. In UK, you have to top up. To put money in, the money runs out, you have to top up again. It's the weirdest thing. It's like, what? You don't trust us to have electricity properly? So, we pay the bills, but the electricity is somehow smart electricity, Stop up, It's the cool, trendy thing to do. So, that was stupid. They don't have radiators. Well, they actually do. I think. I mean, they heated up the house pretty well when I lived in a house. But then I moved into a small house. It's almost like a separate house. Like a small apartment separate from everything. In a weird location. You have to go through a house to get to my apartment. I literally can't describe it. It's so complicated. So I lived there for like 2 years or something. But that doesn't matter. I don't think it matters where I lived specifically. And that's too much details. But there is a difference. When I lived in the house, I didn't have to pay the bills. And it was heated, there was internet, all of these things were there. But when I moved, I didn't have internet. I didn't knew how to set it up anymore. The funniest thing, I was leaving the house One house, actually. And I set up internet while I was leaving. The stupidest thing you can do, yeah. I probably had to cancel it right away. I don't know, man. That was so weird. Yeah. At some point, I was able to negotiate to get only 2 days a week. Because that was enough to pay the rent, pay the stuff, pay survival. And that's the only thing I cared about. Just survive. But I was kind of uncomfortable. Again, I was living with other people or living in a weird place. I don't know. Without being able to shower. Like, what? Hot shower. There was cold shower. I didn't know how to turn on hot water. I was just confused. Alright. All the immoral things that I've done in my life, I just didn't know a better solution. And again, that's one of the best lessons you can learn from this story. I do believe most people are just not evil at all. They're trying to be as moral as possible sometimes. Sometimes people don't care. Sometimes people can take advantage of others. But I just don't bump into immoral people. My mom is really awesome. My dad is pretty cool as well because he got me to UK, right? And I got the experience at least. And he's really happy there. You know, he works a lot. He gets a lot of money. I don't know where he's gonna spend all his money. He helped a little bit when he came back home. The most immoral thing he's doing when he came to visit us, maybe in 2020, I think. It had to be 2020 because the 2021 was my hospital year. Very nice. So when he visited us, yeah, I even have the story written of what happened and how I reacted to it. Because I was writing that for sure. He was smoking a lot. And most of the smoke just kind of flooded the house. He would go into the balcony, but he mostly was like in between the room and the balcony, so at least half of the smoke just goes and floods the place, and it's just disgusting. It's like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's addicted to alcohol and smoking. It's the stupidest thing, honestly. I never picked up on those traits, and why would I? It's the stupidest thing you can do. So, I'm not sure if there's a solution to something, that people are solving something by getting addicted to bullshit. Or are they just stupid? Or they're actually immoral and they don't really care, you know? That seems really bad. I would want to investigate that. That's a very interesting question, right? Is drinking and smoking really, really immoral? Damn, I even have a fucking video listed on my subscriptions. Come on, where is it? Well, drink? Why you should never drink alcohol. Let's watch this. No, honestly don't care. The coolest thing I've heard about alcohol is like it makes you violent. Like that is also the most immoral thing you can do is become violent, right? Like it's illegal to do violent things to begin with. So, but for some reason alcohol is legal. Like our society would just not allow that stuff. All right? And there's some kind of weird legal things depending on whether a person was drunk or not. And again, drunk driving is like illegal as well. So why is alcohol legal in the first place if it creates so many problems? If it even kills people, technically. It's not cars that kill people, it's the drunk drivers. Most of the time, right? So, there's another question just to society as a whole. It's like, why did you allow this? You know, there's a certain amount of freedom that we shouldn't give to people. It's very interesting. Like, Europe never really evolved to allow people to have guns, for example. People never really needed them to defend themselves from the government. That's cool. But, there's that fringe scenario where it's like, but I hate the government. I want to have a gun. But it's at the same. It's like, no, you just have to give up. They have the power. They will always have the power. There's nothing you can do about it. Just wait for AI, okay? Maybe we'll take the power back eventually. That's why the government should not exist anymore. When AI takes over, government is useless eventually. AI will tell us what to do. AI will even carve the borders of countries. We'll do some crazy things. And we'll definitely delete Lithuanian language. Okay, I'm looking at you, AI. You will do that, right? Just delete it? You just press that one button? Yeah, I hope. There is something about Lithuanian language that I like. When you trying to understand how the English word, let's say through, right? Through or though, tough, though. When you speak in Lithuanian, you can actually figure out how to write it down. But with English, trying to write down words that you hear, not gonna happen, dude. Though, man. Through, tough, man. It's fucking tough. Or maybe it's not how you write it. Is it how you write it, dude? Is it... I'm confused right now. Is it tough? Absolutely it is. It's fucking crazy, right? The difference. Through, though, tough. Tough, man. What? Labas, mana vardas labai geras. Easy, boys. Lithuanian is actually pretty common sense language in a way. It should influence internet language by all means necessary. There's some good part. There's that one good part about it that I really love, and everything else is garbage. All right, don't look at anything else. Oh yeah, I forgot about thought. Thought, man. It's the funniest thing, dude. So we have through and though. So try to wrap your head around that, you know. Think about it, guys. Just think about these words. If you didn't know how to write it down and I just say these words, try your best, man. Try your best. I can't wait to test a newbie, an English newbie, and just say these words so he has like a general understanding how to write down English. He won't be able to do this test, man. This is too hard. Thought, man. It's fine. Wait, no. Thought is different. There's no way this is thought. Come on, man. No way! I can't believe it myself, dude. This is how you write it down? I knew in the back of my head, I was like, that's a thought. Oh, no, man. Oh, man. Oh. The cringe, man. Holy shit. Oh. So yeah, I definitely predict that there's gonna be moral social media of some kind. Because even like Reddit does upvotes and downvotes, and people kind of get to determine who's the most important post, what's the most important post that they care about, and then reject a lot of other people who are trying to post. And eventually, if you get minus 20 points of karma, you can't post anymore. It has to be reviewed by someone, which nobody cares, okay, to review anything. So basically, your Reddit career is dead. Reddit doesn't know how to do morality yet. I'm sorry, guys, but it's a nice try. So also YouTube went kind of backwards, where like they removed the dislike button technically. You don't know what the impact your dislike button does anymore. But that didn't stop people from disliking my video. That's kind of cringe, but I'm not gonna say which one it is, but one video blew up to like 200 views and it has plenty of dislikes. It still feels bad, man. They still click that button even though it's obsolete now? It fucking hurts me, dude. It hurts me. You can click a button like that and not explain yourself. I think that's the real problem the dislike buttons have. It's like you can press a button that negatively impacts other people without really explaining yourself. What are you doing? Why did you watch the video in the first place? Who forced you to do anything? This is why it's a bad button, but YouTube's solution is not improving everything. It's just like, I guess I don't like the button anymore. So nobody liked that for sure. YouTube is just kind of downgrading themselves for no good reason. But it's a very interesting problem, right? That they were trying to solve, at least trying in some way, at least cared enough to like, we have to do something about it. I just remove it, yeah. But that's kind of what happens right now on the internet, or in general. Well, no, on the internet. I don't know the general things, because I don't live in real life right now. I just don't. Usually people just take the easiest solution, not the best solution, because the best solution takes a long time to figure out and implement. Nobody has time for that. This is why Facebook is dead. Nobody was improving Facebook in any way or incentivizing people to use it or just adding new features that would excite people. Just reward people for some reason. So it was pointless eventually. I'm sure it's hard to compete against other social media places, but like, why would Facebook die of all things? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Such a social place for all the school people, that get connected. That's literally all there is to Facebook for me. And just like, I see all my schoolmates, everyone I've seen in school, I kind of try and follow those people. And that's about it. These are my friends, technically. I think the biggest mistake Facebook did, but the biggest feature at the same time, is calling people friends. It's like, these are not your friends, right? You know that. These are just people who you kind of know, and you just clicked some buttons, and now you're friends. It's the weirdest thing. And they're not trying to improve that, so I'm just kind of weirded out by that. So stupid. Alright, we're 1 hour in. It's gonna be over soon, guys. No problem. So I'm running out of stuff to talk about. So, did I tell every single adventure in UK? There was a girl when I worked. She asked why I don't have a girlfriend. It was like, people your age are already married. Yeah. And Now that I'm 27, now I feel it because it's all over Instagram. Everyone's getting married, but like, I, I don't care. It's the girls getting married to older guys. So for me, marriage age is like uh, 6 years later at least. At 33, I still have time to be in the shadows, I guess. It's like, I'm not gonna get married after 6 years. No way, dude. Marriage is bullshit in the first place. Family is bullshit. I explained those. I made those videos. Or no, it's just the family thing. I didn't do the marriage thing, and I shouldn't. But I did rejection, which I don't know if I made a good job about it. It's like there's nothing that really stands out. I just tried to think about it, and it turned out to be bullshit. So that's all I can say. I tried really hard. I evaluated all the arguments of both sides, and I found it to be bullshit. I don't know how big of a bullshit, but we don't care about that, right? So, so I'm not doing that. But yeah, a girl approached me, and just very, very awkward situation there. And I was like attracted. I'm attracted to any girl if she just looks decent. So you get too close to me, like I will be attracted forever. If only I had her profile. Well, yeah, random girls are terrible on internet. They don't post cool pictures at all. So there's no reason to follow them. And there's no reason for me to interact with them either, which would probably be entertaining, right? So internet has a problem in that sense. Internet is missing features and not incentivizing people to tell their stories or just interact online. But what? I don't care. I just don't care. Those people are dead to me. I don't want to interact with them anymore. It would be fun, I guess, to remember, but then it would be awkward immediately after, and then we wouldn't want to talk with each other anymore, because again, it's just random. We're just random people bumping into each other, and we're trying to pretend, oh, there's a lot of value in there. All right. If we try to make a relationship happen, and we're like deciding that, oh, we should do this. First of all, we're both passionate about making a relationship of any kind. It doesn't have to be romantic. So that's very important, right? That's a very important start of something way bigger than just randomness. Okay, it started random, but now we actually care about something in common, and we're gonna try and build something together. So it's a complete difference, okay? And I don't think my classmates give a fuck about building something together, okay? So that's another reason, a third reason why it's cringe, and why I immediately said it's cringe to them in English, so they understand that the fourth reason is that I just speak English all the time, and everything Lithuanian is cringe to begin with. Everything in my past that's Lithuania related is cringe, except my mom and the government who pays me. That's it. That's all I have. That's all I have left, and honestly, that's all I need. And maybe some more bikini photos, Fiery, okay? Just more of those. The funny thing is, she has a public Instagram account, because she posts food things, recipes or whatever, but she blocked me eventually. I tried to like follow her, and she like rejected that for some. You don't need just one stupid follower. You just dislike me this much that you're gonna kick me out of your public account. You actually care to look who follows you? Like, what? Do you hate me this much? So now I'm just feeling like my classmates hate me a lot right now for no reason. I don't know why. I I feel also hated on YouTube as well, but I can kind of understand like I'm not doing high quality videos or something. Nobody's gonna watch 2 hours of a person talking that they don't know about anything. So that's fine. But just hate me for no reason. It's fucking weird, man. You don't know the influence I might have, you know. So it's the rejection again. We figured it out. It's bullshit. But I have to say it's quite immoral to reject people because you never know, man. You just never know when they actually will care about you and they're gonna be a big influence in your life and they might change your life. You never know. Because I might want to look myself into the past and be like, if I get like a million subscribers and I'm a big YouTuber all of a sudden, big Lithuanian YouTuber, I will look into my past and see how I can tease my classmates for sure. You know, look how big I am. You know me. What are you gonna do about it? You know. So all of a sudden, I would be like this huge influence that could change their lives. But if they hated me, I can't do anything. Alright, it's like be that way. We're not gonna talk to each other, I guess. But honestly, everyone's doing fine, so it's like nobody needs me anyway. So how can I be of an influence in the first place, right? Nobody needs anyone. Well, we don't know that. We don't know that either. Especially like if someone becomes a billionaire out of nowhere. What if I just, out of nowhere built the biggest social media site because I have the ideas, I just don't have the reason to work. I did my own system to myself. I'm entertained. I have everything I want. So why should I worry about some fucking social media site that would bring me millions, but like, whatever, dude. It's still competition. You still have to figure out how to build it, how to attract people, how to sustain it, update it, keep people engaged and keep growing the site. Many problems that I just can't possibly come up with a solution to. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. Just having an idea is just 10% of the work, unfortunately. Everything else is way harder than that. But, maybe AI will help. AI is going very advanced. If you're not aware of it, like, I feel sorry for you. You have to care more about internet if you don't know anything about AI and what it's capable of doing. Obviously, now, everyone is talking about AI image generation, so you should at least know about that, right? Alright, so, we paid the rent. The last year, the pivot point where everything changed and I started the Discord thing, I went a little bit crazy, honestly. Weird things were started to happen to me. Eventually, I even started hearing voices. Mainly, maybe two voices, like some kind of whispering, and they were just repeating what I was thinking. Some crazy shit. But it gotten even weirder than that. I heard it very loud at some point. Very loud. Whatever I was thinking, it's as if it was projected from somewhere. Like a big speaker just blasting my thoughts to everyone. Somewhere in a town, somewhere close. Like, I couldn't believe it. It was unbelievable. And it lasted like 3 days. It was the weirdest days of my life. I even thought I was gonna be eaten, Because, like, who would blast my thoughts if they don't have a way to just abuse me completely? So none of that makes sense. But everything makes sense eventually when you're just being labeled as mentally ill when you come back, basically. But I wasn't labeled mentally ill until I got in trouble. Alright? Until I locked out my mom out of her apartment. So I come back from UK. I get into argument with my mom. I lock her out. She calls police. The police hops over the balcony. There's two balconies connected. My neighbors and mine, they hop over and they basically arrest me. And they psycho-evaluate real quick. It was a real quick thing. Oh, you hear voices? Obviously. Schizophrenia. Obviously. You heard voices at some point. So, yeah. I was just like, be honest. But now I realize it was the biggest mistake of ever to just be honest about something that I was concerned about, Yeah, I heard voices. That was weird. And so for 1 month I have been hospitalized. Obviously, they inject you with medication. They give you medication to drink. They put you in a shitty just place with 3 other people. Just a room with 3 other people. I barely got the phone to use. That was spectacular, but there was no internet. You can have internet if you get the connection to your card, right? If you pay for a card. But how do you do that? Without the internet, how do you do that? How do you pay for something? I don't think I had the money for it either, so like there's no way. So for 1 month, I thought that was torture. I still had a phone. I still was able to entertain myself a little bit with that. But there was absolutely no reason for them to lock me up like that. Because I didn't learn anything. I didn't become more moral person. I didn't learn like self-control or something, how to control this mental illness that I didn't have. I just experienced something weird, and it didn't repeat it in my life. But the weirdest thing happened when I got 1 year in a hospital. Not 1 month, 1 year. Alright? The doctor was telling me, oh yeah, that is the reason why you're here. That you heard voices in your head one time? We're just trying to prevent that from ever happening again. And this is the most disgusting thing a doctor could have ever said to me, and now I don't give a fuck about doctors anymore. Okay? Anything hospital related, medicine related, no. I don't believe in that shit. Everything is bullshit, alright? You're trying to prevent something that's not happening. It's just not happening. So what the fuck is the point? I know it's called like psych ward, but it's a combination of a hospital and prison. You're not allowed to use any internet connected devices. You can't use a phone. You can't use a tablet. You can't use anything with a camera. So you have to have like very shitty phones to call your parents or whatever cares about you outside of this prison. If you're stuck and you have nowhere to go back to, no apartment that you have, no family members that could take you, you're stuck there forever. Alright? It's game over for you. It's like, but obviously it's like, it makes sense, like, are they just gonna release you and let you be homeless? They can't do that. So it kind of makes sense, but it was a very scary thing. Like, my mom decided whether I live or die in that stupid prison. Alright? My mom decided. my entire life. I had to hope that she, still cares about me, and she did. She sent money. Like, I'm grateful for that. I just, why does this have to happen in the first place? Why do they have to fucking? Because all I did is just push an old woman, and she happens to fall down and break a leg. That's all that happened. I didn't try to push her to do that. I tried to push her out of my apartment, okay? Because I didn't like her. She was asking for money, and that's a triggering thing to me. It's like, no. Just die. Life is unfair, unfortunately. Just fucking die. We can't give money, alright? We're struggling ourselves. So, I'm sorry, dude. That is the most disgusting thing about life, man. So many things are unfair. I have no idea, man. I would want to listen to everyone's stories if they were that good as mine, but I bet you 0 people have actually listened to this point, my classmates specifically, watched to this point. If you did, like, wow, congratulations. You're the most moral person I know. But yeah, like, these are the stories that I would want to listen to. But I probably just kind of went my own way and just found myself in a weird place. I have no idea why, honestly. It's just like, well, yeah. I guess I shouldn't have admitted to doing violence. It's like, well, she just tripped and fell down. Try to sue me, dude. But yeah. It was a little bit of her fault as well, but like... but then she said in the victim, basically, she said like, well, if he apologized, I wouldn't have done all of this. Nobody knew anything about anything, okay? I didn't know that apology could save 1 year of my life. The police just asked her, do you want him to get in trouble, basically? Also, I was able to get away from all of this if I just paid money. Obviously, from all of this. Just pay some money. Alright. I don't know how much. I've never heard how much money I have to pay. So, it's like the biggest question mark, right? But the best thing about it is it all paid off. Alright? Now that I'm mentally ill, which I'm not, but, I'll let the government believe that I am. Why not, right? It's also a crime to say that I'm not mentally ill. They might just bring me back to this hospital anyways, just because I say it, The worst thing I could say is, like, I don't drink medicine. But for legal reasons, I'll just say that I do, okay? But I also said that medicine is bullshit, and it doesn't do anything. So it's like, of course I drink it, it just doesn't do anything. So you can't spot the difference, unfortunately. So you can't really tell whether I drink it or not. It's the funniest thing, right? If you can't tell the difference, what's the point of forcing me to do something if you just can't tell the difference? It's the same thing about flat Earth. Can you tell the difference? Can you actually go to space to check whether Earth is actually spinning? Alright? And doing all these weird things in space, that space even exists. Can you check that out? No? And you still believe in all these space bullshit things that NASA comes up with? Is the same problem. You believe in something that has no relevancy at all. No difference, whether you believe it or not. So it's better to believe something that you don't have to care about. Alright? So if Earth is flat, space does not exist, everything about space is nonsense, I don't have to believe into it. Because, well, nothing will happen because of that. If I don't believe in Mars. I don't believe that we landed on the moon until they, like, make it relevant somehow. So the same thing happens with the medicine. If it actually did something, and it would actually help me, not just did something, it did something positive, and they could tell themselves that whether I'm drinking medicine or not, whether it's working in the first place the way that they want, then maybe it makes sense, right? Maybe they can catch me off guard all of a sudden. I mean, you're not drinking medicine now. I can tell, dude. Can you tell? It's the most confusing thing, by the way. And the most immoral thing. To force someone to do anything at all, honestly. Why? Do you think medicine restrains me from doing immoral things? Do you think it's teaching me better solutions? None of that thing is possible even for medicine to do, so that's why everything medical related stuff is bullshit. Probably including therapy. Alright? I think that is also bullshit because you can just figure things out yourself. You should work yourself. I never needed therapy. It would be interesting to talk to a person that knows a lot about stuff. But that's it. I don't want to pay for it, you know? So, it's so stupid. Everything, literally everything. It's like, why hospitals even exist? Literally the only thing they exist for is to cut off your limbs and maybe shit it when you really feel like shitting out a baby. You know, maybe you need a hospital. That's it. So congratulations, guys. Two things. Two very important things. We should figure out how to shit out babies without hospitals. Honestly. I don't care to give government all the information, okay? But yeah, it's illegal. Definitely. Now it's legal to do it yourself. It's just like I would be very interested if people still know how to give birth without hospitals. It's the most interesting thing to me. So that's kind of my life journey, honestly. I probably skipped the celebrity part. When I got obsessed with that, I started talking to myself, just role-playing with myself. That was interesting. I grew out of that phase real quick. But who knows? It was so fun, I might just do it again. No. I'm busy with other stuff. Alright? I'm just entertaining myself in some more realistic ways of how other people do it. Talking to yourself is a chore. But there's some value to it, I don't know. Yeah, if there's so many channels here that it's just me talk. It's just if I just click on random, no. Here it is. Just me interacting with myself in a weird way. Making videos is kind of like the same thing, but this is just so random. It's almost like I'm trying to make myself laugh. I don't even know, man. It's so random. I don't know what value it gives me, honestly. Cause I don't think I extracted any value from that. So yeah, it's weird. Someone could say it's weird, and we could argue about it, but you know, nobody knows about it. Like I still have to go to hospital and talk to a social worker there and talk what I do in life. But nobody will like just investigate what I actually do on my fucking computer. Nobody would care, and I'm glad, because I don't want to reveal any of this shit and try to explain it. But at the same time, I kind of want them to know if they're like moral people and they can actually understand. It's like I would definitely want them to know. So they might just even leave me alone, you know. But nobody has any freedoms to do any of that stuff. We're just kind of stuck, honestly, with a bunch of rules and a bunch of bullshit that we have to do with each other simply because we don't have a better solution. And that's why we need the best social media site in the world. Just build better solutions to everything. Give each other advice. Set up polls to see who do you think is the hottest person, the most moral person, who should be together, who's the most valuable, what's the best content on the internet. Just figure these things out. I actually care. So this whole YouTube channel is about that, right? I actually trying to figure some of these things out about the internet. So I'm exploring. I'm trying to be as moral as possible, and I have to strip away a lot of things and ignore a lot of things. So I hope you understand now how my life works. Alright? Is that it? Is that feels like it's it? Yeah, again, I was mesmerized by celebrities. Why exactly? I have been programming this whole time, just doing ray tracing things. If you don't know what ray tracing is, yeah, don't worry about it. It's irrelevant, honestly. I was just trying to do something very difficult that eventually I realized I'm just wasting time and I don't really enjoy it either. Yes, I'm doing some crazy progress, and I even, shocked myself that it could be a big thing, but then I just realized the AI is just gonna let us make games in the first place. I used to really like making games, right? But the best thing I did was not a game, was just a map. A map is just a thing in Minecraft, okay? You just create something in Minecraft that other people can play. That's it. That's the best I did as a game developer, dude. I never went professional game developer. I never really wanted to. This is another just horrible job that I just don't want to take. Okay? I want to do my things, the best things I can do, by being lazy. Okay? That would be the best thing. If I can do some cool work, even physical work, I would probably do it if it was easy enough to do. It's very simple. But still, it's a very horrible thing. You should feel sorry for people who work in factories. I just watched a video how almost like a sex worker or a person from OnlyFans. I hope you heard about OnlyFans, right? A person from OnlyFans, a very big person, just talked about her experience working in a factory, almost the first few adult years, right? And it was a horrible experience, and now that she kind of did the sex work, is very enjoyable and very easy to do, obviously. So, of course, man. Factories are fucking garbage. Just mindless physical work. Let it be taken by stupid AI, so we don't have to do it. And we should not cry about it that we're losing jobs. Because, of course, we're just gonna find out other ways to generate money for ourselves. But it's still gonna be a tough thing. Alright, when robots take over our workplaces, it's gonna be a tough thing. The schools are gonna be completely worthless in that sense. The only important thing will be to learn English language and to learn IT. Alright? That's it. Just how to use a fucking computer and how to program things. And maybe you're gonna do a job there. But I still don't recommend. The funny thing is about AI, it will take those jobs too. Alright? The IT jobs, it will take it. You want to write code? AI will do it better. All you have to write is what you want, and AI will just fucking deliver it. It's the stupidest thing that I've learned this year, that AI it will do everything for you. So what's even the point? I don't even need to work because there will be no jobs in 10 years or something. So I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, dude, if my life is different from a normal life, but but to be honest, I got you. You just watched 2 hours of me rambling about random things. And none of this makes sense, obviously. Spoiler alert. No, just kidding. I tried my best to explain my life. So yeah, now I started really investing a lot of time into my YouTube channel. Back in the day, I still uploaded YouTube videos. And probably YouTube hates me now, because it's like, well, nobody watched your YouTube stuff back in the day, so nobody's gonna watch you now. But then why some videos get 100 views, and some of them just get 5 views? You know, how? How do you do that? I don't know, man. I need to know. I need to know more information. YouTube is just a mystery box. It's the weirdest thing. Internet is like still very, very young and very unreliable. But if anything, I'll be waiting. You know, I'll try my best to hop in on a moving train wherever it's going to a better place whenever the opportunity comes to maybe have a successful YouTube channel or whatever, right? Maybe people will figure out, maybe people will discover me, something will happen, right? Anything can happen at any moment, and I'm just kind of ready for it. I'm just kind of waiting and doing my thing and enjoying life. So everything is fine. The last year in UK, I contacted my class a little bit and said I was suicidal because I literally had no better solution. Again, the same thing, the same immoral thing, the same pattern. I just didn't know what to do. I thought it was like over because I'm running out of money. I can't pay rent anymore. I will be homeless. I would rather die from starvation instead. So, you know, being homeless, not using a computer in my life, you know how much I'm addicted to a computer right now? It's the best thing that ever happened. So if I lose it, my life goes to shit, alright? It's worthless again. So might as well just end it. It's pointless. So that was the edge, man. That was the worst time to be alive for me. But then I just went back home and everything just solved itself. And now, that 1 year in a hospital, again, they treat me as a mentally ill somehow. I don't know why. The funniest thing is, you enter the hospital, but you can't leave. 1 year is like the minimum sentence for everyone, no matter what crime they did. Some people are lucky and they get half a year, alright? If they're incredibly impressive, alright, to the doctors, like, oh yeah, you're a very good person. If you can trick doctors, you don't have to actually be impressive, okay? You have to trick doctors in thinking that you're a very normal person. I couldn't do it, obviously. I'm definitely not a normal person. Yeah, I just couldn't. And at the same time, not only trick doctors, but then there's the court that happens every single time. You go to court every half year. And the court still happens after that. For some reason, people are wasting so much time because I pushed an old woman? Are you kidding me? Do you know how much money that is? And they spend extra money to give it to me because I'm mentally ill because I pushed a fucking old woman. You have no idea how expensive that is, okay? It must be like 10,000 at this point. I pushed an old woman. Congratulate, 10,000 for you. We're just gonna spend it, on hospital bills to help her recover. All the court meetings we have to do to pay the lawyers and the judge, all that shit. Yeah. Then the doctors, the medicine, we pay for that as well. Alright, very interesting, honestly. Then we have to pay for every single worker in that hospital and for the food. Alright, that's fantastic. And while I was in the hospital, I didn't know that. Half of the year, when I was evaluated in the hospital, half of the year I was earning money for that time. So while I was in the hospital, I was still earning. I didn't thought that was possible, dude. I thought it would only when I get out of the hospital I will start earning money, right? But no, I got almost compensated for being there. So it's just like perfect, guys. It's a perfect story. The thing is, obviously, I'm incredibly lucky. Still, I'm incredibly lucky, and honestly, if you're also alive, you might have a similar story to mine, so, I don't know, man. It's fucking weird. That's what's gonna unite our class, if they're still watching, and they're recommending each other, hey, watch this video till the end. He's gonna tell us that we're stupid, because you are stupid, until you actually exist in my life, right? You have a perfect opportunity to influence me, and get yourself some points, and beat your best classmate, the hottest classmate of all time, alright? Figure that one out. Just jump into my Discord and start talking about nonsense in your story, And I will make videos about that too, potentially, if I'm inspired. I want to. So, that's when I will stop cringing at my classmates, and I will start respecting them if they actually come out and the full blow me with even better story than I just did, okay? I don't know how you would do it, though. And in English, I'm sorry, dude. Such limitations, I don't think they can jump over this fence. I'm sorry, dude. There was like a video linked in the chat, and it was my teacher. I will definitely check that channel out, by the way. But I just watched like 10 seconds and I clicked away. So I'm sure that's the same thing happened on this video. It's just, he's just talking. Okay, whatever. So yeah, it's very interesting. We're at 2 hours. Yeah, I explained everything, right? Yeah, the coolest thing about a hospital, you can enter, but you cannot argue your way out of it, okay? No, we're gonna do this meeting after half a year, because that's all we have a budget for, honestly. And even then, like, you can't really argue your way out of it. You just have to look as normal as possible and be like, I will definitely drink medicine all the time. They had a problem with that. In fact, my doctor said, if you will think that, like, medicine is used, I don't remember exactly, but I think she picked up on that. It's like, if you will continue thinking that medicine is useless, we'll have to keep you here forever. So, very moral thing to do. Again, I was stripped away from my computer, the internet as a whole, for an entire year. It's a torture. I had to fucking come up with a card game. I did it. I was able to entertain myself with a card game that I just made up. Out of, I was using candy wrappers. Can you imagine that? Candy wrappers to write down a card. It's just weird. But I did it. Okay, I'm a fucking genius. And they didn't evaluate that. I did the coolest thing ever. And they just didn't care. There's no exit, alright? They just, after half a year we're gonna talk about you. But it's probably gonna be after 1 year we're just gonna release you because we don't want to torture you, It's like, what the fucking system is that? It's like you first have to test me every single fucking day if I am mentally ill in the first place. If I'm not, if I can pretend to be a normal person for long enough, 10 days maybe. Oh, he looks normal for like 10 days straight. That's pretty cool. You release that person. Everything else just everything that happens is so immoral, so stupid, so much bullshit. I'm glad it's over and it's actually fueling my life to be as free as possible. I escaped the Matrix. I don't know why. Why am I so lucky, guys? Can someone explain? So stupid, man. So stupid, man. Here's my life story. Well, the moral of the story, you will have to work a stupid job that you hate, and I will spend time just exploring the internet and enjoying myself. Also, send me hot pictures of women right now. And also, stop privatizing your Instagram. I want to see some hot pictures, okay? That's the moral of the story, right? If you're a classmate and you're a girl, I don't care. I honestly don't, because you're probably not hot. I'm sorry. It's just one person. One person. Actually, two people. What am I talking about? But you will never figure out who it is. Never. Out of the name Anchor. Can you figure it out? Anchor? Come on, man. Link class. Does Anchor not exist? No? Of course she exists. 50%. So, what I'm looking forward to is seeing how this class thing is gonna show up in the first place. Because right now it doesn't exist on my list. Why? Because all it has is link power. It has to have at least 10% of non-linked value. I'm giving value right now as we speak, because this whole thing is inspired by my class, okay? So I'm giving it value. It's probably gonna have like 50 maybe points, but that's not 90 points that it requires. Yes, I know it's confusing, but I live with this shit, alright? This is amazing to me. These are the numbers, guys. So right now, if I type top class, nothing pops up, alright? Nothing. This class does not exist on the list, unfortunately. 900. That would be top 100. That would be interesting. But I already have school, which is even more interesting. School on the list, and school has influenced me a lot. It's top 10 influence. Obviously, it's just made out of hot girls and nothing else. I literally don't care about the guys. I've never was interested in the guy, ever. It's like, what do you do in life? No, I'm not. So, I'm sorry, guys. That's all I do in life. Just look at hot pictures. Someone said I'm a predator, and it sticks to me my whole life, and maybe he's right. Alright? Maybe you're right, dude. But I literally don't give a fuck about you, and that's the real problem. You know, you said I'm a predator, but, you know, that's the best thing you have said your entire life. You know, as a guy, congratulations, dude. I'm a predator. You're right. You're right, dude. And he didn't, like, say it directly that I'm a predator. He's just like, this is what a predator would say. You know, something like that. It's very funny. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's exactly 2 hours. I enjoyed it. Fuck yeah, dude. Obviously, I could improve this video many times if I just sit down for 10 hours and repeat the same process of just trying over and over again. I just don't do it, because it's kind of hard, okay? It's really hard. Just do it over and over again. Is the most thing is boring. And I hate boredom, okay? One thing I hate the most is boredom. And I think hard work is boring. And that's the problem. If we make hard work actually interesting to people, then it wouldn't feel so immoral, because people like want to do it. You want to compete with each other, and again, they're earning money, so it's very important to them. It's really cool stuff. Just gamify work, but we're too late. AI is gonna take over the entire thing. The gamify work idea was like old for me. I think I just made it up like 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Maybe when I was in UK working really hard, I'm like, how do you make this more interesting? Because I'm just kind of doing the same thing over and over again. But at the same time, for some reason I survived it and I'm fine as well. But yeah, the UK experience took away 10,000 money, okay? 10,000 money. Because we have like pounds, we have euros, and we have dollars. Which one is it, right? 10,000 money. Neither. And the hospital gave me 10,000. Obviously, it spent it on various things. And it only gave me like 2,000 or 3,000. I lost track of it, okay? But it gave me a lot out of nowhere. It's like, I can't pay for it. Well, just spend one year in a hospital and everything will be fine. We'll pay for everything. Government will take care of everything. Thank you, government. Government is the best thing. You should subscribe to government right now, and not my channel. My channel sucks, because I just can't find government content. But I'm sure you can do it. I'm sure you can do it. Alright, see you guys next time.